This is an intro, and this is an episode. And you should follow us and subscribe and give us money. Let's get this thing started. Welcome to a wonderful episode of Life in the Pocket.
What's up, guys?
It's just me and Coleman.
Again.
Mash isn't here, and we won't divulge into what he chooses over his fans.
I'm not going to say this, but I'm going to say it.
Oh, here we go.
This feels a lot like what happened in the beginning of Life in the Pocket with another person.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we hold any kind of bad feelings, because we don't.
Oh, you're talking about when I said for like 15 episodes that Evan's on baby duty.
Exactly.
Maybe
this is kind of like MASH is on Houston girl duty.
It's true.
I'm just saying. It kind of seems similar. I don't know if it's going to happen the same way. I hope it doesn't.
We don't know.
But we don't know for sure. We're
still trying to come up with an episode for Houston Girl to share her side of the story.
I agree. That needs to happen.
Yeah, I feel like that will make things right. Mm-hmm. If he can miss episodes, she can come on the pod and share how much of a butthole MASH is. So,
100% agree.
Anyways, this is another episode by ourselves. So we've been talking about worship leader stuff. We're just going to press pause on that.
Yeah.
And we're going to go back to the good old days when Hunter and Coleman have a blast.
Get let off the chain.
Yes.
On Life in the Pocket.
Yeah, we don't have anything to do but have fun.
Yeah.
So first.
Fun.
Oh, hold on. I'll bring mine up. If you have anything to say, Coleman, you go ahead and say it. But
I would just like to say that this doesn't have anything to do with anything, but by the time you're listening to this, I'm going to live in a house where I'll be able to play drums. And
we'll have Lit P Studios.
Lit P Studios is going to happen. And I'm just going to tell you, the content is about to start rolling out. And I always say that, but this time I really mean it.
And I think this time it'll really be true.
I hope it is.
Because the space
is very special.
Now you have the space. You just have to make sure you have the time.
That's it. And I'd had the time. There's times where I'm sitting on the couch watching Seinfeld where I'm like, man, I could be playing drums right now. Instead, I mean, not that I don't love watching Seinfeld, but I could be playing drums right now.
Yeah.
And so, it's going to be a great time in my life.
So the first order of business today on Lit P is, as you can see on the screen, once again, this is Mccaslin's Instagram.
What's that video right there?
It's him playing with abs, I think.
Let's see it.
Oh!
Wow!
What a shot to the face right there.
That was incredible. The lights turned red for sure. I didn't see it with my own eyes, but that...
So, Coleman, can you answer something? What is this? Is this like a trigger?
I think those are mics.
Never seen them before in my life.
I've never seen them either, but yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So, there's him playing drums. You can go ahead and dislike that if you've already liked it, and then go ahead and
dislike
right here, just go ahead and smash that unfollow button.
Yeah, smash it. Smash it like it's hot.
Yeah. And if you also want to, you can make sure and oh, look, he added Lit P to his bio.
No way.
Look, podcast, Life in the Pocket.
What a guy. Maybe I should do that.
I've
never even done that.
So we're talking about his unfaithfulness.
Yeah. Bones EP is live too.
Yeah. But that doesn't change that you should still unfollow him. So,
That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Look at his pedal board. Is that a reason to follow somebody? I mean, he has...
I have some beef here.
A Brother's Drive. That's a great drive. This is a great reverb. This is not my preference on delay, but I guess people like it. And then a compressor.
What is that switcher down there?
It's probably does banks for these two. So it's a disaster area, and you can set up. It's MIDI. So as long as these communicate MIDI, you can save settings, and once you just hit the button, it goes to those settings.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Let's just talk about the fact in this picture, the way it's edited. Wow.
Edited.
Wow. It literally looks like he's wearing like a rug sweatpants on his legs.
Yeah, that's
but it's actually his hair.
That's some hair.
insane.
That looks like the Grinch if it was green.
Yeah, for sure. We should edit this picture to do that.
We should.
Also, I have some beef with this. Where is his girl at? This is
Good
what
point.
This is what Instagram is for.
There's not one picture of Houston girl on here.
Zateo Coffee, where is that at?
I don't know.
Click on it. We're just Little Rock. Okay.
But like, who's this guy? The Ash Boys. Oh, you're gonna put your brother on your Instagram, but not your girlfriend?
Your girl? Come on. Come
Richie?
on.
You're gonna put Richie on there, but not your girlfriend?
The boys?
2 times. 2 times he's on there.
Wow.
Wow.
Richie was rocking the Stephanie Gretzinger Carhartt beanie.
Yeah. I mean, and here's another thing. He's so hipster, he only has, like, what is that, like 20 pictures? Wow. Anyway.
Go to mine. Let's go look at mine.
All right.
I don't post anymore, so this is going to be fun. We're just doing a little bit of Instagram analyzation here today.
Yeah.
Yep. See? Look, first pick. Who's that? That's
His
my girls. My girls.
Plural.
My girls.
And a guy. But
Yep.
not cited in there. So then, friends,
Yep.
bros. Then
Bros.
some music. That's what he does. Oh, look, another girl. You see,
My
Mash
daughter.
needs to learn the girl to hobby / friend ratio on his Instagram.
Bro,
so here we go. Some music.
Oh, yeah.
Girls. Music. Girls. I mean,
Girls.
music.
Some of me. So this
girls.
is kind of looking like Mashes a little bit.
But you see, there's a healthy amount of your women in these
Whoever's
pictures.
taking those pictures, by the way, always take it from the exact angle. Go back up. It's the same exact angle.
You need to find a new one.
Bro, that orange one, my head is shining like the sun.
Bro, you're sweating. Are you sweating?
Straight up shine.
Oh, whoa.
Shine Town on that pic. Oh, you even comment. What a boy, dude. What a
Sick.
bro.
Hashtag sick. This caption. I got a feel. That was funny. I remember that. Got a feeling tonight's going to get rowdy.
That was that song. Did you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's that song. What a good, yeah. Let's go to Hunter's now.
Yeah. So mine's going to be the exact opposite. I don't know if y'all have realized this or not.
This is, I just realized that if you're listening to this on Spotify, this has got to be the most uneventful episode of all time.
So here I'm not a drummer, but I decided to post heartbeat symbols.
Heck yeah, dude. Those things are butter.
So look, girl. Me and my girl chilling by the beach.
You and your girl fishing.
Yeah. Girl.
I see myself.
Music. Yeah, my friend writing some music, which we need to do again. Girl.
Zoomtown.
Music.
Dude, the Powerpuff bar is a move.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say it's the right move, but it's a move.
It's her choice, So yeah, there's enjoying quarantine summer right there with the there's my job. The news, don't panic. Also the news, everybody out here is dying and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Girl.
Cosmic Brownie, that's a move.
Bro,
that is an absolute move.
You don't like those?
No, I do. I'm saying that is a right move.
And here's another thing. Every year since they've started doing this, I always enter and never win.
Yeah, same. The Labor Day sale?
Or you can design your own.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a cool shirt. Did you
Kyle
sell
Hadley
those?
took that shot. That shirt.
Shout out.
Yeah, that's when I was trying to make it and nobody would buy them.
That's kind of a cool shirt, though.
Yeah,
you could have just taken light out because it's kind of,
kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, I mean, it's already a light bulb, but I mean, hey, I'd wear it.
Look, and I got the pup. You gotta have.
You gotta have the pup shots, man.
Look,
dude, look how
David
long
Crowder.
ago was that?
What?
Down.
This?
That. That and
June
also whatever.
2018. Oh, this?
May 1st.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Was that the first time I played
Revival,
with you?
maybe. Dude, what a bop. Revival is a freaking bop, bro.
What are we doing right now? We've wasted 9 minutes looking at
I understand.
Instagram.
Okay.
This is a exclusive YouTube. You'll enjoy it if you're on YouTube. But other
Dude,
than that,
I want to record an alternate version of Revival
let's do it.
because that song is so sick.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I wish I would have done some better production on that song.
I want to make it like
Let me bring this back.
I have some ideas for it.
Look,
I have some ideas.
Here's one from The Vault.
The
okay?
Vault. All right.
And it should
I'm
come
ready for
back.
it.
It hasn't. I don't really know. Maybe it did. I don't think you brought it back. But this right here.
Oh, it's back. No. Hold on. Let me look. I can't remember if it's back.
I mean, look at that album art.
Yeah, that was Kyle.
Yeah.
That was old Kylie. Old Kylie. I'm trying to go to Spotify. I don't know if I put it back or not. I let it die, but then I can't remember if I let it come back or not.
It's a jam.
But if you've heard Deeper, let us know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what we can talk about, Hunter.
All right, what?
I'm just setting the mood here.
Oh, yes.
I know what we can talk about.
Let's-
Yep.
I can only imagine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a great story. A great story that's going to be at my expense. It was a terrible experience, but you guys are going to get to enjoy it because of what I went through. Okay. And are we done with, I can wait if we were not finished with that conversation. But anyway, yeah. So we need to record an alternate version of Revival because I think it's legit. Anyway. So I had to sing in a funeral yesterday.
Yes.
And I was singing.
Hold on, questions first.
Yep. Okay.
How old was the person?
Pretty old. Which this
Was
is a
the funeral
shocking.
well attended?
Very, very well attended.
Wonderful.
Yeah. It's extremely well attended. Too well attended, honestly. We were packed in there. It was at Hillcrest and in the chapel at Hillcrest. And I was saying, let me just explain to you, okay? About a year ago, maybe, I sang it. My dad is typically the one that gets asked to do these things, right? Or we have our senior adults pastor and his wife that she plays piano and he sings like hymns like you would. And so they often sing at these things, and also my dad. So at this particular funeral a year ago, my dad and mom, they were supposed to sing this duet that they wanted them to sing, but they were going to be out of town, so they couldn't do it. And so my dad was like, in true dad fashion, just offered me up to the wolves.
Yeah. Coleman can do it.
And so they asked me to sing I Can Only Imagine. Okay. And so I had a choice to make. I could either play it on guitar, just me and my acoustic, or I could get like one of those, cheesy backing tracks
from Lifeway.
to sing along to.
Except Lifeway doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. It's where you used to go to get those things.
Yeah.
And so I decided I was going to play the track and just kind of play along with it on my guitar. Okay. Ended up going fine. This was a year ago. Went fine. I played along with it. Kind of was awkward, just because of the situation. We were at a funeral, whatever. And anyway, it was fine though. It went as smoothly as I think it could have gone. Fast forward, the lady whose husband died was at that funeral, and she wanted me to sing the same song. Okay, so here I am again, same room, same song, same arrangement, everything.
You're starting to make a path to get on the funeral circuit is what you're doing.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
So here I show up yesterday. I bring stuff just in case, because you never know if they're going to have mic stands. You never know if they're going to have music stands. You never know what they're going to have. So I brought everything just in case, but they ended up having a mic stand and a music stand, so it's all good. I hand them the CD, right? And I could tell in this lady's eye, she was looking at me like she didn't really know what to do with the CD. Like she knew, but I could tell there was a look in her eye like, I don't really know what to do with it. Yeah. So I'm kind of like, oh, this is not good. Maybe I was like, so then I asked about the mic stand and music stand. And she's like, oh, yeah, I think we have some back here. Like, she didn't know. She was like, let me go and look. She gave me the mic and the mic stand, and the cables wrapped on the mic stand. It was just kind of like, okay. So I bring it to where.
Was it a boom mic?
It was.
It wasn't. Was
Let me just explain. It was. I guess technically it is a boom mic. But it's not a boom mic. So it was a straight stand, and then on top of the straight stand, it had one of those it basically had this, but more heavy duty.
Yes, the metal ones.
The metal ones. Yeah. If you're watching on video, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like, it's not a boom, but it's like this bendy wire.
Metal.
Yeah, and you kind of can just maneuver it to where you need it to be.
But it looks awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's very hokey, very tacky. And so I bring it up to where I'm supposed to be playing. And it's like in the corner of the room at the front. And I ask her, I'm like, where am I supposed to even plug this in? And she was like, hold on, let me ask. And I was like, oh gosh, these people don't, this is not going to go good. Like I already was getting those vibes, like it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
And so we got it all sorted out. When I plugged it into the wall, it popped. So I was like, oh, it's live, like it's on. So at least the mic's on.
Right.
And so we get going. I'm supposed to sing this song after this family is seated. There's a little slideshow with a song, and then I sing. Okay. So the song from the slideshow plays. It's very loud. So I'm like, okay, the speakers are working. Maybe I'll luck out. Maybe it'll be good. So this thing ends. I kind of get like a eye contact from somebody, kind of signaling me that I'm up. Yeah. So I get up. I get in my place. Right. I'm kind of just looking down, waiting for the track to start. Okay. And I wait. And I wait. And I wait. And I'm just going to wait for the amount of time that I swear it had to have been 30 seconds of just silence.
Yeah.
And I look back. There's that room at the back where there's the window with the sound stuff. And I look back and the guy is looking at me. I'm like, I don't react. I try not to look a certain way, but I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And so he makes eye contact with me, and then he turns to his computer and starts doing stuff. And I was like, were you waiting on me to look at you to play it? And so then I'm waiting. I'm still waiting, and then I hear it ever so faintly, and it's like I can barely even strain myself to hear it. Like it's so quiet. The track, that little piano part. Yeah, it's. I'm gonna play through this just because we have the ability, kind of. So this is the track. Hold on, actually, I'm gonna get the one with without background vocals. Okay, just imagine this, but so quiet, right? So quiet, and I'm like, okay, I can hear it. So I don't want to play my guitar too loudly, so I don't hear it. So I start singing, imagine, and I'm getting off, and I'm getting on, I'm getting off because I can barely hear the track. And then let me explain to you what happens next. I'm in the middle of a verse. It's kind of a break in the line. This happens. Fate is before me. No, wait. It starts over.
Is it louder this time?
No. It was the same volume. And so I'm standing there, and so I start over. I start singing again. And I get I'm going to fast forward a little bit.
I wonder if they would have kept doing it if he would just kept restarting.
So here, it gets into the chorus, and I'm like, okay, it's going. Like I sing through the chorus, and then it just goes away. It goes away for good. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. The chains have been broken off.
Yes.
And I'm just going for this without this stupid track. So I finish out the song. And by the way, I don't even think my mic was on at all. If it was very quiet. And here's my theory with the whole thing. I think that the song was so quiet because it was only playing through the computer speakers in the back room of the funeral home. So I could barely hear it. Everyone could barely hear it. And so I was like, this is the craziest thing ever. And so I sing a verse. It starts over. I start singing again. I get through like the chorus this time, and then it just cuts off for good, and I finish out the song, which I should have just done in the beginning, is just sing it without a track and just play my guitar. But I wasn't smart.
Yeah.
I wasn't smart. And when I told my dad about it, he said, listen to this. This is a father-son moment here. He says, welcome to Singing at Funerals 101.
I was going to tell you, I don't know what it is about a funeral. I think maybe like Satan has cursed them or something, but things go horribly wrong at funerals all the time, and nobody cares.
No, it was awful.
Yes.
Awful. And my dad was like, they do this like 3 times a day. You'd think they know how to do it by now.
Nailed down.
Like, it's me.
And it's the same stuff.
It's exactly the same.
You know how many times I can only imagine is sung at a funeral? Probably 8 times a day.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah. And so, anyway, so that happened. It was really, really uncomfortable. Then, our senior adults pastor and his wife sang Beulah Land and Amazing Grace, and then
Wonderful.
it was very special. And afterwards, I was like, he said something to me, Joe, it's his name. He said, "You did a good job." And I was like, I had to adapt. I felt like on Michael Scott's Principles of Business, where he says adapt, readapt. No. What is it? It's adapt, react, readapt, apt.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like in that moment. I was like, this is the most unbelievable situation. But at the same time, I was like, I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't care.
That's really, yeah. That's where I've gotten to the point. So my funniest story is Scotty, our worship pastor, has like, he made it onto the funeral circuit. So like he did a couple, and then there were like old women all around this location that are like, when I die, that man needs to sing Stroll Over Heaven at my funeral. And it's this song, I've never heard it until I met Scotty, but they request it so much that if Scotty's out of town, we have a recording of Scotty singing that song. So
wow.
Yeah. So it's been a while since he's only done it twice since I've been here, though. So the first time he wasn't here, so I found it, and I'm in the iTunes library, and I'm like, people need to label this, so I put Scotty Gibson. So I know that that's Scotty's song when he sings at his funerals. Well, the next time, he's like, yeah, we're going to do Stroll Over Heaven, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I just need to make sure it's good, and the monitors, that's it. So he rolls up. I turn the intro on in the monitors, and I turn it up. He's like, all right, it's good. So I hit funeral time comes. Him and his wife, it's a duet. So him and his wife get up there and starts playing. And I'm like, bro, they're killing this song. Like they are. This is the best I've ever heard Scotty sing. And Scotty goes, "Hey Hunter," and then Scotty and the speakers keep singing. It was the recording of the song.
Yes.
And he goes, "Can we start that one over?" And I was like, "Oh." He goes, "It's like Scotty and the magic microphone up in here." At a funeral. Everybody starts dying laughing. So I'm just like, but then, so I go and I search it again. I'm like frantically searching, and there's like 5 Stroll Over Heavens that are not labeled. So I'm like, no. I hope this is the one. Started over again. Luckily, it was the one. But
you got it first try?
Yeah. Well, technically second, but yes.
Okay. I have one more.
But I walked out of that funeral like, it's just another funeral.
Just another
that
funeral.
happens at funerals.
Yeah. So this one, I actually prefer this. Some funeral homes have like a side organ room. Have you seen this?
Yep.
Okay. So me and my dad, it was a relative of ours, had passed away, and this was a couple months ago. It was during COVID, so you had to wear a mask once you got in there, but you can't really sing with masks and all that. And so it's in a side room. Okay. And I'm getting excited. I'm like, wow. Because I had to sing a song my dad was going to play. My dad was going to play piano and sing 2 different like hymns. And then
I was. I could play piano.
Yeah, he plays piano. That's where this gets funny. So there's no piano. There's an organ. He doesn't play organ.
Yeah.
And if you know about organ, like there's like basically a piano under your feet to where you're hitting bass notes with your feet.
Yeah.
And
That's
also
an organ.
and there's no like sustain pedal.
No.
And so he's like, well, this is what happens. This is what happens at funeral homes. You just got to roll with it. And he was like, number one rule, keep as much control over what you're doing as you can. So he was like, I could have said like, let me find a track really quick and give these people a track to play. But then they have all the control.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm just going to play. I mean, it's high pitch organ, no bass. He's like, I can't play the bass notes. It's like, I'm just going to play it as if I'm playing piano and like just make the changes really quickly so that there's no like cutoff because there's no sustain pedal. And so he does it, and it's funny. And also, by the way, I've been having to fill in for my dad because he doesn't have a voice right now. Like, he's lost his voice. And so he's been taking some time off, but he had to sing at this funeral. And he figured out he could, I don't know, he could, like, make it through these two songs if I sang one of them, whatever. And so I'm singing, I sang Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone. Gone.
Of course.
And here's the thing about being in the side room. We had no response for what, like, usually you at least have the speakers in the room for as a response for, like, to hear yourself as, like, monitors. There was nothing like that in this little room. So I just sang, here's what we did. There was 2 microphones. And I'm making a long story out of this because it's just kind of funny. But there was 1 boom mic and 1 just straight mic stand, and they were both real hot. And so my dad used the boom mic to sing one song. Then I, after he got done, went and took the mic, maneuvered it the way that I needed it to be, and then had this other mic that I put on a straight stand in front of my guitar so that I could sit and play and people could hear me. And so there's switches on the mic, right? The mics that have on-off switches.
Yeah.
And so, and they're old and they're janky, right? And so my dad turned it off whenever he got done, and I moved the mic and I turned it back on, whatever. But this particular time, when I went to turn it off after my song, it like wouldn't turn off, and like it like was getting stuck. So I kept trying harder, and then eventually it went like so loud, and I was like, my dad looked around at me and was like, but we can't talk. Because we're like, it's like during a funeral. And I was like, I'm sorry. And then he went to turn it back on when he had to sing again. And like, same thing happened. It's like, it's more like, it's not like a pop. It's like a low end. It's like a, whoa. Whoa. It's like I don't even know what to say, but it was bad. And so we get through the service, and my dad's like, here.
You're bargaining.
No, that's what it sounded like. And so we get done, and my dad's like, here, just kind of play something lightly while the people walk out. And all these relatives are walking past the room trying to talk to me while I'm playing guitar.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're doing a really good job, like standing there talking to me. And I'm like, I'm just trying to play these chords as like atmospheric music here. Anyway, yeah, funerals are interesting.
Hey, this is like a complete left turn, but
take it.
And this is what we can do because Mash isn't here to tell us what to do.
That's right.
I want to bring up the fact that I haven't brought up a key person that every time we release an episode, I don't know why it happens after I release the episode, but it does, and I feel bad about it.
Wait, what?
There's somebody I need to bring up.
Okay, bring him up. Or her.
Coleman, I don't know if you know this or not, but Coleman stars as a guest host on another podcast
Occasionally.
And I don't think we probably like mentioned it once in just conversation.
Yeah.
But there was some beef, and I think I want to create it as a podcast beef thing.
Okay. Let's do it. What was the beef?
I can't remember. So, anyways, let me go ahead and I don't know if you know this, but on Real Talk, there's a podcast out there. It's called The Call.
Yeah.
It happens on the radio. It's pretty cool podcast.
It's way more like biblical stuff than like what we do. It's like they like talk about the Bible and stuff a lot.
Co-host Coleman.
Sometimes.
Co-host Randy Ziegler.
Yeah.
And then the star is none other than
Justin Woodall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the Call Ministries.
The Call.
It's good stuff. More biblically, we can do what we want, but he,
he's on the radio.
Yeah. So they kind of like, hey, talk about the Bible at least a little bit.
Right.
So, anyways, if you ever want another good podcast to listen to The Call with Justin, and possibly Coleman and maybe Randy.
Yeah.
But what was it?
We talked
was it something about pants?
No, Chelsea boots.
Chelsea boots.
That was it.
That's what it was.
That's it.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and here. You know what? We have visual representation. All right, so this is definitely a YouTube episode.
Yeah.
We're going to pull up some Chelsea boots and see, and I'm just going to state my case here, okay?
You'd say men's Chelsea boots.
Why do I have to specify? Let's start with that.
Okay. All right.
Why do I have to specify? Because
I guess you don't.
Chelsea boots should be a men boot.
No,
I guess everything's pretty much when it comes to shoes. All right. So which ones do you want me to pick? It doesn't matter which ones. Which ones do you want to represent?
To represent me?
Yeah, and just an acceptable Chelsea boot.
Like I like those black ones right there. They're pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I have some that are really similar to that.
So.
Whoa. That other place looks cool.
All right. So let's start with this boot right here.
Yeah.
So let's start with the sole. The sole is fine. I like how it contrasts from the black.
Yeah.
The black leather, once again, is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no problem with it.
I already know where you're going with this.
The little, whatever you want to call that, loop to put it on, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what's not fine.
Oh,
and
okay.
This is what's not fine. Well, honestly, I don't even know if it's as much as this being present or this being absent. It needs laces, people.
Okay.
That's my thing. I don't know why I hate on Chelsea boots, but it's something. I know why.
But you don't have a problem with cowboy boots. Those don't have laces.
So maybe that's it then.
Maybe it's the elastic.
Maybe. Well, but see, even those short cowboy boots, I don't like those.
Short cowboy boots.
Yeah, here, let me show you.
Yeah, show me. Those are kind of cool. Send me a link to those. I think they're like $200 though, so I definitely can't afford them. I like the sole on them though, like you said. It's kind of got a
What's your
nice
size?
11.
Oh, dang, you got large. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, $200.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, short boots. Oh, look, Chelsea boots come up. No, I'm trying to find them.
Those are kind of like halfway cowboy boots, halfway Chelsea boots over there.
Yeah, this is kind of what I'm thinking of, but they're like at the same length as Chelsea boots. They don't just go up to your calves.
Okay.
But anyways,
interesting.
Yeah, that's my thing with Chelsea boots.
Okay, so, you see those ones with the thing on the side? Those. How do those compare to just normal Chelsea boots?
See,
those are only $20 on Wish.
Yeah, so they're probably gonna be like that, Dig, when you get
that has like a bigger heel on it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with those boots.
Okay.
Now this is kind of strange.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
But I don't know what it is about these boots that makes it more acceptable than Chelsea boots.
Maybe it's because of the elastic is not showing. There's no elastic.
Yeah.
Could be it.
Maybe it's just that elastic. I just don't.
Maybe the fact that there's a strap over the front gives it some kind of something on the front.
Some type of like
presence.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's just read the description of this. 3-color autumn-winter men boots, fashion, suede, leather, round toe, western ankle boots, casual ankle buckle, cowboy ankle booties, men's casual shoes.
I think there might have been some SEO going on there.
And there's 658 reviews, and it's $21 on Wish.
Well, but you have to pay $7 in shipping.
Gotcha. Hold on, customer photos. Customer photos.
That's not an accurate representation.
Not even close. Go to the next ones. They look like Uggs.
It looks like it's made out of paper.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Okay.
That's rough.
So yeah, reasons not to shop on Wish.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it was mainly because I've never mentioned the call.
Yeah.
And they're good guys over there. So another thing too, have you listened to, this is just me and you talking. I guess it's a rec too. I found out yesterday or 2 days ago, you know who Clint Davis is?
Mm-hmm.
He has a podcast.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like I'm only on the first episode. It's 2 hours long. So for all those short episoders, you probably can't handle this one.
Yep. It's a little much.
But it's him and Cassie Hammett talking. The first episode is sex trafficking.
Oh yeah.
And so they'll talk about it, and then he has like, I don't know. Every time I hear him talk, when he explains things, I'm just like, it makes so much sense. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, there's another good podcast.
Good. I need to go look that up.
Yeah.
Bro, have you listened to any good music lately?
I've been listening to that. I've been wanting to bring it up too, but it's not new news. But that Gable Price and Friends.
What a bop record, bro.
Yeah, and you know what? All right, so this could be a new bit or something like that. But there's like songs, and I listen to it, and the lyrics. There's like one line of lyrics in here that I'm just like, this is the greatest thing to ever be written.
Wow.
In history.
That's
and that
bold.
Changes, okay?
That's
so it
bold.
obviously isn't the greatest thing, but at that moment in time, I truly believe it is the greatest thing to ever exist. So
yeah.
This is a song. It's by Corey Asbury. I don't know if you've heard. It's called Born Again.
Okay.
So first of all, let's just go ahead and start. Beautiful fade in.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'm just experiencing a sunrise right now.
Oh, yeah.
And then soft piano. Oh, not yet. Not yet. Here it comes. I want to be able to master this piano in my worship songs too.
Take me by the hand, walk with me by quiet streams.
So that's a good lyric, biblical, obviously.
Yeah.
I need to hear the wind, feel the ground beneath my feet.
It's a good one too. But this is I'll tell you when it's coming.
I bet I can guess it. Bet.
'Cause you're the only friend who can set my soul at ease.
This is another good one, but here it is. Here it is right here.
You're hyping this up, man.
And in the quiet pride of my father's eyes, I remember who I am.
Let's just let him finish this out right here.
And when I feel the warmth of my father's smile, feels like I've been born again. I've been born again.
Dang.
Yeah.
I've been born again.
Okay, so
Bro, I could feel like a rap vibe coming out of that. Like somebody could rap over that song.
true.
Like Fort Minor style.
But he says, in the quiet pride of my father's eyes, I remember who I am.
It's a good line.
And then when I feel the warmth of my father's smile, feels like I've been born again. That's a lyric, ladies and gentlemen.
That is.
That's a lyric. And so that's an old song. I think that did come out on his Reckless Love album. But
Oh, really?
it's a bop.
That does sound like a bop.
So that's.
What was you posted some lyrics?
Oh, that was
yesterday.
Gayla Price. That was the Communion is the name of the song.
Uh-huh.
But that's a good lyric too.
It
when he
is.
says "You and me locking eyes for eternity."
I knew that line, and I was like, what is that? And I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah. So that's pretty much my goal as a songwriter, is to write lyrics that like people listen to and they're like,
Boom.
that is a lyric. But right now, all I pretty much say is my cat jumped on the mat. What's
Right.
up with that?
Yeah, I'm definitely not a lyricist. That's
You're
not
more
my,
than I am.
That's not my strong point though. Like I feel like I know my strengths pretty well, and that's not one of them. Like I can write honest lyrics, you know? Like I can write things that are like, you know, I don't know, just like I feel like I can
What's
write
the line?
normal lyrics.
Well, I don't know. What's the line and who could compare about away from the arms of my what is it? I can't think of it.
Cameron might have written that. That's
no, it was me and you. I remember we were sitting in your office. I can't remember which one of us came up with it.
the
It was
taste
okay.
it and see what
He might
taste for
have
to
added to it, but I'm saying the away from the arms of my father, I remember came up. I'm incomplete away from the arms of my father.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
That's
good
a
line.
lyric.
That's a good lyric.
That's
a good one.
lyric.
But anyway, in general, I feel like I'm not very poetic in nature. Like it's not just like like you have these Sean Curran guys that like
Mark McMillan.
you know they have like a poetry journal that they like write in and stuff, and they write all this like intricate like imagery,
Yeah.
and like that's just not me.
Yeah.
But I would like to be.
Yeah.
I would like to be that way.
Well,
I'm inspired by people like that.
I was watching John Mark McMillan talk about, because like every time he writes a song, I'm like, what? So like on his new album, he came out with a song that's called Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a fan of the song, and it's all right. But I was watching a video of him explaining it, and he was like, so this is one thing. I don't understand how you get on this path. How you start here and end here. But he's like, yeah, it was like fall, and I was noticing the seasons, like they just come. Like they don't ask anybody. They just happen. You're not going to stop a season from happening. And he's talking about like fall, like spring, those seasons. And so then he says, and then I started thinking about it, and he's like, life, like only one person has come back from the grave. Like, well, I mean, Jesus rose people from the dead, but like only one person has lived forever.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Everybody dies. Like life kills everybody, or death kills everybody. And so then he was like, then I started thinking like what is relentless? He's like, a juggernaut. Life is like a juggernaut. I'm like, how did you get from the seasons to life is like a juggernaut?
Right.
And maybe that's just I'll never be there.
Right.
But because
My brain doesn't work that way.
my brain works in weird ways, but I feel like when I think of that, I'm like, that's stupid. People are gonna think that's stupid.
Right.
Like I know for a fact if I was like, I'm gonna write a song about life being a juggernaut, I'm like, no, people are gonna make fun of me. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
right.
But John Mark McMillan can do it. John Mark McMillan can do
Right.
it, and it's great.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting way of looking at it because I just don't look at things that way.
yeah,
Like I try to. Sometimes
Yes.
I literally try. Like I'm like, you know, there's sometimes where like I'll think of like a phrase and I'm like, that's a line, and how do I build something around it? And the line doesn't make sense.
yeah,
There's I'm not gonna reference exactly what he says. There's this Dave Chappelle skit. I don't endorse
you
Dave
you just
Chappelle.
did.
I don't endorse him. I
You laugh at him.
saw at a skit that he did where he said he takes punchlines out of a fishbowl. Like he'll write punchlines down and he'll put them all in a fishbowl. And sometimes during the day, if he's writing material, he'll take a punchline out of the fishbowl and he'll try to write the whole joke around the punchline. And sometimes I do try to do that. There's a lot more explicit things that happen in that whole deal, but I've made it G-rated for this podcast just for you guys. But yeah, sometimes I have this line. I'm like, ooh, that's an interest. It's not even necessarily like a really powerful line. It's just like interesting. I'm like, I'm going to try to write a song around this line. And let me tell you how many times I've actually successfully done that. 0 times. Never has it worked for me.
Well, I feel like I can do it, but I feel like it starts like, I feel like the line is awesome. Like, I feel like I've written a song around a line. I can't tell you which one, but every time I do it, the line is awesome. Whatever is encapsulating that line is okay. And then everything surrounding that is, I feel like I'm just trying to complete a song.
Right.
So, like, that and I don't know if it's the line, like, you know, of course, not every line in your song can be awesome. So then you think everything is subpar, but that's how it feels. So we're at 46 minutes. I want to kind of end this episode with some future hope for Lit P listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Of what's to come.
I need some hope.
Because, I mean, it should be true that in our next episode, we will be on location at the studio. I say Lit P Studios, but like a filming location home for Lit P. We're leaving the Brary, people.
God forbid a natural disaster. Yeah. We're doing this.
Yeah.
And if MASH isn't there, let me just say,
we'll bring in Philip.
We're bringing Philip.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's replacing MASH. We've said
Philip's bringing his man bun,
yeah.
And he means business MASH.
Yeah.
So you better step it up.
That's true. Yeah, he did a phenomenal job.
Maybe. I'm thinking big time here. What if Houston Girl was in town and came and did her story live at the debut?
Yeah.
It could happen. It probably won't because MASH will find a way not to make it work.
Yeah.
But it could. It could happen. I'm just telling you the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know all the details, but Coleman bought a new house, and that house has a separate. It's built for a recording studio.
Basically.
I mean, it wasn't, but that's how it's going to be.
But it's going to be.
Yeah. And so at that point, Lit P is going to be having like a place to call home.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Brary's been nice. It's been good to us, but it hasn't really been home.
For sure.
And then
it's a temporary place.
Yeah. So like music will just start flowing from this studio location. We don't even know what we're going to call it yet. Yeah. But it's going to be lit. That's for sure.
There's a Carrie Underwood song that says, "This is my temporary home. It's not where I belong."
Yeah.
And it's talking about heaven. But this kind of is like that.
Yeah, it's the Brary. I mean, this was just made as a launch pad for Lit P.
Exactly. And it's going to launch us, God willing, into the perfect space for the perfect pocket.
Yeah.
It's going to launch us into the pocket.
Yeah. You know, I want to do one more thing too, and then we'll call it a day.
All right.
So I feel like this episode has probably drug on, especially the first 9 minutes. We looked at MASH's Instagram. Then we started to get into some conversation, jumped around a lot. Coleman told a great story about funerals.
Yeah.
But here's where I want to wrap up. The people that fund Lit P.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go and name people and just give a little short description of why they're a great patron.
Let's do that.
All right.
I love that idea.
Let's start with Evan Wooten. What do you think about Evan Wooten?
Evan Wooten is my oldest friend. And just is an all-around tatted up, great male nurse guy.
Yeah.
And
he's a Merce.
He is a proud Merce, and he's just the best, bro. I miss him, honestly. Like, I haven't seen him in a while, and I wish he was here now that you say that.
Yeah.
But Evan, MASH could never be who Evan is. So I couldn't say it without. I don't even know what I was trying to say with that statement, but Evan, I've known you, bro. He
knows you.
I know you, man.
Yeah.
I know you.
So next on the list, here, I'll go ahead and say Evan was my greatest friend in high school. Still has been a great friend. Of course, you grow up and you don't hang out every day like you did in high school.
And play Power Rangers.
Yeah, I'm not trying to throw anything out there, but we were great friends. We got biggest bromance at Ring Ding. And I don't know if that means people thought we were gay or if they thought we were great friends, but I'll take it. Okay. So
that's epic. I didn't know that.
Next on the list is DJ Mellow Philip Cole.
Wow.
You already know Philip Cole.
Wow. Philip Cole.
Patron number 2 comes on the show, just hammers us with some knowledge about worship leading.
Absolute knowledge.
Yeah, needs no other thing. Next on the list was our last episode's special guest, the one and only Jeremy Todd Jackson.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Lives in Montana, plays at a church that's so famous. They're practically Hillsong.
The life is so fresh there.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's no vegetables around there that are expired because it's so fresh.
Dude, and I don't know if we actually did it, but there was a picture of the mountains possibly where he lives. His view from his house is just insane.
It's phenomenal.
Insanity.
All right, next on the list. Coleman doesn't know him. I've recently gotten to know him. MASH knows him. Derek McClendon. All right,
I know
let me
him
just
in
say
spirit.
this. He's one of our communicators. So he's one of our most valuable patrons, if you ask me. Always gives advice. Felt bad about it. We didn't care.
Oh, yeah.
And let me go ahead and say this. Bro's got some pipes.
Yeah. You can sing.
Got some pipes. I need to show you a video after this. I don't know if you follow him on social media, but
I don't know that I do, but yeah, I want to see a vid.
He wrote a song, and I was like, this song is sick. It's
nice.
Pipes. Okay, next on the list is one of the originals, Robert McGowan.
Oh, yeah.
Friend of Bo McGowan. I call him, his name on here is Robert. But friend of Mash's, went to seminary with him. Great guy. Always looking out for us. Always bringing up helpful tips. But more importantly, funding the pocket.
Wow.
Okay, moving on to the next one. Chuck. All right, wild card. Still haven't got him on the pod.
Wild Kneep.
Yeah, but Tyler Chuck Knipe has been a supporter from day one. Doesn't really have any interest in the topics we talk about, but loves us.
Amen.
And always listens.
Good
So
stuff.
Shout out to Old Chuckles.
Old Chuckles,
Great
man.
guy.
Great
Next
dude.
up is the legend, Paula Ash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Needs no introduction.
Yeah. And so she's still faithful, even though her son never shows up to host the show, to fund us. Great patron.
Yeah.
Always looking out on the neighborhood Facebook page. Thank you, Paula.
Wow.
For making a presence there. So keep our neighborhood
you
safe.
always, you love to see that.
Yeah. And then finally, the guy who started it all, who started the patron movement.
Wow.
None other than the best guitar player in Shreveport Bossier.
Wow.
Guitar player of Alive by Sunrise.
Wow.
Co-conspiracy theorist, Evan Rowan.
Nice. I love how you called him co-conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
So Evan's the one who brought us down the wormhole of the dreams and brought MASH into a scary past that we all didn't really want to hear, but he decided to share it with us.
It was intense.
And then the last thing I want to say before we end this episode is thank you to those patrons. And I also watched that Netflix documentary about that guy that murdered his wife and kids and put the kids in an oil tank.
What?
You don't remember that?
No.
It's national news a year ago. And I just don't understand how it could happen.
That's insane and kind of makes me feel a little weird.
Yeah, it was weird going to sleep. I wasn't scared, but I was just troubled.
Wow.
Burdened.
Yeah, there's a couple things I've watched recently that left me kind of troubled.
Like the debate?
Maybe a little bit. I watched. Have you ever seen a movie called Prisoners? It'll leave you feeling that way, but I'm also weirdly addicted to it.
It's a movie?
That's a movie. I've watched the movie called...
It's on Netflix?
Yeah. No. Where did I watch it? I can't remember.
YouTubes?
No, it was on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Yeah, because you know, we're all supposed to be boycotting Netflix.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's my thing with that thing is I get it. Boycott Netflix, but here's my thing. Like, this is your America. Like, America is always taking, I'll just say this. America is always taking baby steps in a direction. Mm-hmm. Okay, America is a large group of people, so it can't move somewhere fast, but it's always taking baby steps in some direction. And there's always going to be people ahead of those baby steps saying, like, hey, and this is not a thing against gay marriage, but at one point when gay marriage was taboo and there were people like saying we're for gay marriage, people were like, oh my gosh. And now we have people that are like, oh yeah, there's kids that are acting like dancing inappropriately, and people are like, I'm like, bro, this is the direction we're headed. Like, why are you surprised?
Right.
So I'm not saying that I watch it and you should be okay with it.
Sure,
and I'm not saying that you should keep paying your Netflix if you feel like you shouldn't keep paying your Netflix.
I still have access to Netflix because I mooch off my parents' Netflix, and I don't even think my parents know how to. I don't even know that they know that they have a Netflix.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, but it's kind of like a murder mystery kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman's in it. His kid gets abducted, and his best friend's kid gets abducted, and they're trying to figure out who did it. It's pretty. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dark, but I'm kind of. I don't know. There's something about that type of movie that I really like, but at the same time, I don't like the way that it makes me feel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a weird way to end this episode. But
I'll watch it. You should too. This is another great episode of Life in the Pocket. Don't forget to unfollow MASH on Instagram and do the things that we ask you to do all the time.
Yes. Follow us blindly.